I'm old Sneelock. It's been a while since I've done anything with a two-man crosscut saw, but I thought it was finally time to get one down off the shelf and see what I could do with it. Before I can do anything, I have to get this handle off. And this one has been sitting in an antique shop for a while, so I'm hoping that the handle will come off fairly easy. Doesn't want to twist off by hand, so I'm going to have to apply a little bit of leverage. I left this one and the other big one over there sitting on the bed of the drill press. I left this one and the other big one over there sitting on the drill press with some coil into the threads. And I'm hoping that's going to make it so that I can get the screws out. I want to take the handles off before I do anything to the actual saw blade. I'm going to go through and sharpen it and set it. That worked. Out in the Pacific Northwest, they have a different kind of handle. They use one that bolts into those two holes right there and actually sticks out past the end of the saw blade. But all of them that I've found here in Michigan have this kind of handle. I'm going to completely disassemble this and show you how it looks, because I'm going to take it apart, clean it, and paint it. This cross block sits down inside that hole, and this threaded rod goes up in there and threads into that cross block. So as you turn the handle, this collar has got a couple of notches inside of it that engage the handle and keep the handle from turning. Oops. So as you insert this threaded rod, it's two rods and what it appears to be two rods welded together out here so that you have an opening in there. And as you spin the handle, the rods are drawn up inside, and this collar, which spins, has two notches in it that engage the blade. So this handle spins, this part engages the blade and stays steady. So you spin this down, draws this bar up inside the handle, and locks the blade in place. Let's see if this one comes off just as easy. Look at that. Pretty slick. Of course, this saw is the one that's been sitting inside for a long time. It's got some rust on it, but not bad. This other one is going to be a different story. This one is really rusty. And whoever had it didn't know that these two collars had the notches in them for a reason. Well, look at that. Spinning right off of there. That coil is great stuff. The washer has got 4 tangs that reach down inside the cast ferrule, and they loop over the inside of it so that when you turn the ferrule, the washer can spin independently. So it's similar to the other one, but a little less sophisticated. Same basic idea. A half round rod, folded over and forged together out here on the end into a solid rod and threaded. And a nut, which is a bar, the hole drilled in it. And once you engage the thread, it draws that, called a clevis, up inside the handle. This locks onto the blade, draws the blade in tight, and you have a saw. So now I have one handle off. Let's see how the other one does. It's possible, not likely though. Yeah. Ah, the handle snapped. Put enough rotational force on it, I actually twisted the handle in two. Well, it looks like I'm going to either be getting really lucky and glue this one back together again, or else I'm going to be replacing it. Chances are this is the end that's set on the floor. Yep, definitely replacing it. Snapped right where the powder post beetles got into it. Can see their little tunnels. And it's the rustiest one, so I imagine it's the one that's set on the floor when this thing's set in the corner. It's okay. Without the wooden handle in there, I'll just take a torch and heat it up, get that nut loose. Should be able to take it right out of there. Take it up to red. Off she comes. That's a rust removal method that works every time. You just can't really use it on everything. heating a saw blade that way is a sure way to wreck the temper. And if this was a load bearing screw, you probably want to replace it before you put any load on it. Okay, I'm going to set this on the floor and let it cool. So that's how I take a saw handle off a 2-man crosscut. The first 3 I like better, but the 4th one was a nice way to show you how it's done. So if you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments below. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.